Welcome to Admissions Insights. I'm Crystal Stone. Each week, I share reflections and patterns I'm seeing from families navigating private school admissions so you can approach the process with more clarity, confidence, and calm. Because trying to figure out this process on your own can feel overwhelming, and my goal is to help you see the bigger picture a little more clearly. Grades are often the first academic signal parents see. Report cards arrive several times a year, and they provide clear feedback about how a student is performing in school. Because grades are so visible, many families assume they play the single biggest role in admissions decisions. Parents often imagine admissions officers reviewing applications and immediately focusing on GPA or letter grades. But in reality, admissions committees are usually looking at the transcripts in a broader context. They're trying to understand the student's academic story, not just the individual grades themselves. One way to think about transcripts is that they function almost like a timeline of a student's academic habits. For example, imagine two different applicants. The first student has mostly A's every year, but the teacher comments suggest that the student completes work reliably without necessarily pushing beyond the minimum expectations. The second student might have started middle school with a few B's while adjusting to a more demanding workload. But over time, the grades improve, and the teachers begin describing the student as increasingly curious, engaged, and confident in class discussions. When admissions committees compare those two academic stories, the decision is not always as obvious as parents might assume. The second student's pattern of growth can suggest strong academic momentum. And momentum is something many schools value because it indicates that the student is still developing their academic habits and may continue improving in a more rigorous environment. So when admissions teams read transcripts, they are often paying attention not just to the grade themselves, but to the direction the student's learning appears to be moving. If you're navigating private school admissions and want clear guidance each week, consider subscribing so you don't miss future admissions insights.